Good morning, everyone! As part of the topic about selection and use of instructional aids, we will discuss on various media to use in teaching. It categorized as projected or non-projected, and the process is indicated on how a teacher will use them in the delivery of a specific subject matter content. Media are generally defined as the means by which information is conveyed from one place to another. In the past century, various forms of media have been used to convey instruction and to support learning. Educators have examined the impact of media on learning since at least 1912, when American psychologist Edward L. Thorndike recommended pictures as a labor-saving device for instruction. Here are some examples of projected media. Let's begin on projected visual aids. Projected visual aids are pictures shown upon a screen by the use of a certain type of machine. Slide projector. It is a small-sized transparent pictorial or diagrammatic slides arranged in a proper sequence for presentation on a large screen. When it is used in English subject, it can provide a photographic slides, handmade slides, marker slides, or etched glass slides. Slide projector can be used in discussion to show the information or contents of the topic using photographic slides or handmade slides. Presenting photographic slides in class while discussing is effective in order for the students to see what they hear from the teacher. For example, in English subject, the teacher used slide projector to present the topic for the day, which is a short story. Pictures of the story can be shown in every slide. When the teacher starts storytelling, she or he will tell the story while presenting the images using slide projector. This media is great to use in teaching, especially when the topic is about story or history. This media assists lesson and development, facilitate teacher-students participation, and easy to make. Next is slide projector or diascope. It is used to project slides on a wall or screen. The construction of this slide projector are the source of light or projection lamp, reflector, condensing lens, slide carrier, and objective lens. When it is used in science subject, it helps to show magnified images. During the discussion in science, particularly about nucleic acid, DNA and RNA, the subject teacher can use this slide projector to project slides on a wall or screen. The image of DNA and RNA can be shown in screen using this projector, and it is better to use colored slides to make it look attractive. The image can be projected in the screen using this. Teacher can continue discussing while presenting the screens. The subject teachers don't need to write on the board because it's already in the screen. This media can attract attention, arouse interest, variety of learning information, easy to transport, easy to revise and update, and easily handled, stored, and rearranged. Next is overhead projector or OHP. It projects transparencies with brilliant screen images suitable for use in a lighted room. It is an important electronic teaching aid. It is usually used in teaching mathematics subject. During math discussion, the teacher can use the overhead projector, which enables to write or draw diagrams on transparency while teaching. The teacher needs to prepare a 10 by 10 inches sheet with printed, written, or drawn material. For example, the lesson for the day is about triangle. The teacher will prepare a drawing and solving which is drawn and written on the 10 by 10 inches sheet of paper. Then it will be placed on the platform of the projector and the large image is projected on the screen. The activities of the students that are written on the paper can also show in class using this projector. It can be projected while the other students are observing. The advantage of using this media, our teacher can face the class, maintain eye contact, and observe reactions of students, and graphics and writings can show clearly and colorfully. Next is LCD projector or liquid crystal display projector. It is a technology used for displaying video, images, or computer data on the screen or other flat surfaces. When it is used in teaching entrepreneurship, it can provide images, videos, and text on screen. LCD projector is commonly used by teachers in discussion. It needs to connect on computer, iPhone, or laptop to project the PowerPoint presentation that was prepared by teachers. The teacher needs to prepare a PPT in computer, iPhone, or laptop. During the discussion in entrepreneurship, particularly about business plan, the teacher can use the LCD to project in the big screen the information and sample of business plan. This can be used while teaching. Slideshow and video are clubbed together and customized in single presentation. It's easy to carry out back and front movement of slides for reviewing and recapitalizing. Another one is microscope. It is used to show live slides of disease diagnostics tests used to collaborate theory and practical, produce and develop findings, and used for visualization of objects or living things such as tissue samples, micro-objects which cannot be seen by naked eyes. Microscope is used for teaching anatomy, physiology, microbiology, pathology, and many more. This instrument used in class to see objects that are too small for the naked eyes. For example, in biology, the teacher enables the students to use microscope during class discussion for them to observe the leaves, which is part of their lesson. The students can observe the leaves using this instrument, and through this they can produce and develop findings and to collaborate theory and practical. Next is computer. It is a programmable machine designed to sequentially and automatically carry out a sequence of arithmetical or logical operation. This media is usually used in ICT or information and communication technology. Computer enhances interactive learning. These media are commonly used in different subjects to improve the teaching process. The teachers can create document or presentation in computer. They can use different applications. In ICT, the main aid that is used is computer. The student needs to learn the basic knowledge about computer. The teacher can use the computer while discussing the arithmetical and logical operation that can be done in computer. Using computer while demonstrating it in actual can help the students to better understand the topic. Computer is more effective learning aid, facilitate active learning, innovative instructional stimuli, and it enhances interactive learning. These are some examples of projected media, particularly visual aids. Now, the projected audio-visual aids will be reported by Ms. Elonah Jane Tagleong.
Visual aids are very useful for the teaching process. It is a great media to catch the learner's attention. It also not distract a student from learning experiences. Television, it is a combination of audio and visual technology. Telecommunication medium for transmitting and receiving moving images that can be monochrome or colored with accompanying sound. It is used to display pre-recorded program to supplement additional learning. It is used for teaching social, cultural, political, and religious affairs. Television can be used in discussing environmental issues, which is part of science subject. This is widely used medium for sharing and disseminating information between large groups. For example, the teacher play a documentary video about environment entitled Home. Teacher can use flash drive or connect the television in laptop or iPhone to project in the television the video of documentary film and its accompanying with sound or audio. Television is easily available. It arouses interest, provide real experience, uniformity in learning, large population of learners may cover, and multiple sensory stimulating media. The next one is camera. It is an electromechanical device capable of recording and storing still or movable images. This can be used in Filipino subject. It is mainly used during activities to store an evidence of the task that was given during discussion. In grade 8, the Filipino teacher gave a project to her students. The students will perform a role play of Floranti and Laura. As they perform, there are students who are assigned for documentation. They capture an image while their classmates are performing, and there's a student that will take a video using camera of the whole performance in role-playing. This media assists students in special education and autistic application, recording students' progress, analyze activities through photography, record sequence of events, and encourage effort through immediate recognition of achievement. The next one is film strips. It is a series of sequence slides on a piece of film covering a large portion of a lesson. 20 to 50 slides or frames are on about 0.5 meters to 1.5 meters long film strip. Here's the process as it used during discussion in Araling Panlipunan. Film strips can be used in discussing history, which is part of Araling Panlipunan lesson. The teacher will prepare a continuous strip of film consisting of individual frames arranged in a sequence and it's accompanied with recorded explanation. In preparing film strips, it should be selected carefully to meet the needs of the topic to be taught. In discussing the history using film strips, the picture might be a continuous image of what happened in history and will be synchronized with recorded storytelling. This media is useful for group or individual study. It can be easily stored, can be supplemented with recorded audio tape or verbal explanation, provides logical sequence in teaching, and economical visual material. We also have projected audio aids. Public address system. It is an electronic amplification system made up of tape recorder, amplifier, and loudspeaker to distribute the sound to a large group. Small public address system is used in a small venue while large public address system is used in large venue. This media can be used during class in physical education. It usually used in auditorium or examination halls. Physical education teacher can use this during class, especially when the topic is about dancing. The teacher will use this in instructing the students of the steps in order for the students to hear it clearly. That's all the examples of some projected various media to use in teaching or projected aids. It is important to use a variety of methods for students with varying preferences. Projected media is helpful and essential in teaching learning process. Now let's proceed to non-projected various media to use in teaching or non-projected aids. It will be reported by Ms. Laiza Sulapas.
Non-projected media are visuals that do not need the use of equipment for projection. These are the most widely used media in many isolated and rural areas around the world. They allow instruction to move from abstract ideas to concrete experiences. Real objects. Real objects such as coins, plants, and animals that are more accessible for educational use. These objects are the instructional aids most closely associated with Dale's cones of experience. Real objects are very ideal for the students to learn new subjects. These media can be used in science subject. In science lesson, the students needs to observe how the plants grow as part of learning objectives for that semester. The teacher gave them a task to bring a flower pot and seed. The teacher guided them in planting the seed and how to take care of them until it grows. The students will be able to observe and construct a concept and theory as they saw the growing plants in actual. Model. It can be a three-dimensional representation of a person or a thing. It can be larger, smaller, or the same size as the object it represents. It may be compacted with details or may be simplified for instructional purposes. These media can be used in discussion and even for application of the student's learning. A math teacher bring a three-dimensional model of building which created of different figures and shapes. This representation is effective to use in discussion in order for the students to show the actual sample of the shapes. It serves as a solid example for them to understand the lesson well. In using real objects and model, the teacher should familiarize the object or the model before using it to the classroom. Practice how to use the object or model. If it is a working one, make sure to know how it works. Show and demonstrate the object or model when necessary and cover it when not needed. The teacher should walk around the classroom and briefly show to everyone the object to avoid any distractions. Passing the object is not a good practice. Other examples of non-projected media will be continued by Miss Elonah Jane Tagleong.
Field trips. It is an excursion outside the classroom. Usually, this takes place outside the classrooms or schools to visit other places to study on great people or real objects and also to have a first-hand experience or encounter on the phenomena that cannot be brought to schools. This media can be used in Araling Panlipunan subject. This media help the teachers in making the discussion more realistic. As the teacher give life to the discussion, the students widen their imagination while they are reminiscing the past. The students go to museum as part of their activity in Araling Panlipunan about artifacts, and students will observe everything while they taking notes on the important events and things as the teacher do the discussion. Students raise questions and teacher will answer it immediately. Using this non-projected media can help to sharpen awareness of the student's environment. It provides enrichment of factual information read in textbooks and make words on the printed page more meaningful. The next one is mobile. A mobile is a three-dimensional materials that are hung independently from the roof using fine threads. For example, the subject is science. Teacher brings an artificial planet as an aid of his or her discussion in science, particularly in solar system. Students will not only hear but they can also see and observe everything, especially the shapes and the looks of every object or planet that the teacher has taught in class. This media help the teacher in making the discussion realistic and meaningful. By showing the students a mobile or an object helps them understand and learn the topic very well. Still pictures and graphics. These are the photograph-like presentations of people, places, and things. These are type of still graphics, drawings including sketches and diagrams, charts, graphs, posters, cartoons, maps, and photography. This media can be used in technical drawing subject. This media helps both teacher and students in the teaching-learning process. Teacher bring a still picture graphics as a sample in his or her discussion in technical drawing. It could be a drawing, diagrams, sketches, and etc. This kind of aid helps the teacher to translate abstract ideas into a more realistic format by showing it to the students, and it is easy to use because it does not require any requirements. That's all the non-projected media to use in teaching. Non-projected media or non-projected aids can be easily acquired or obtained. It can be used without electricity, appropriate for those with low budget, and it can be used with different levels of instruction and discipline. This can also be used to stimulate creative expressions such as telling stories.
Using various media in teaching, may it be projected or non-projected, are both essential, as it provides integrated, innovative, and interactive teaching-learning process.
That would be all.
Thank you for listening.